Good morning. It is May 4th, and we're going to be talking to you gold bugs out there today. So let's head over to the Longbow dashboard and see what gold is doing. So now we're on the Longbow dashboard, and let's take a look at a few securities here. First, we have the gold ETF GLD overbought. A Barrick Gold, which symbol GOLD, is overbought. Franco-Nevada, which is a security we own, we like to own, FNV, overbought. You can see the white line here above the red lines, and the odds are not in your favor. So this is not the day that you're adding to your gold position or starting a gold position. If you're trading it, you're thinking of trimming it. Hopefully you haven't been shorted. But let's take a look at some of these, because you might say, hey, you've got a short signal on gold. That's really different from just trimming, but you can see that the signal strength is very low. And so this isn't when you go and take the core signal and act on it. That's why I gave you a signal strength, to let you know what's going on. But what that does give you is a lot of confidence that this should be a trim if you are trading it with the signals versus an intermediate or long-term holder of it. You've got a short-term neutral signal, a medium-term bullish, and then implied volatility. It's really in the neutral. It's not a premium. It's not a discount. It's at 6%. So these aren't, great signs that you should be continuing to own it if you're trading it. We'll take a look at that here. And I'm going to zoom into more recent areas. What happened at Fed Day? Boom, white is up. We were kind of near the low ends of the ranges, and we've talked to you about that. And guess what happens is it goes straight up. So now we're above the top end of the range. Therefore, you'll probably see the range starting to move up if the strength continues. For Barrick, obviously you need to know the fundamentals of these, because these are individual company securities, but we've got an overbought. It's a neutral. Franco-Nevada, which is more of a royalty business, overbought, neutral. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because if you look at gold, it's just been on a tear over the past few months and more recently. And so again, you want to be a little bit careful, but you can see here that these are trading an implied volatility premium. So that means that people have paid up for protection in the options market, versus here where you're seeing it at a neutral base. So that's why you're not getting some of these signals popping up, because people have been paying for protection. But here in Franco, you do have bullish short-term, bullish medium-term. So let's take a look at what that looks like. What it looks like is like you're just up and to the right. So you haven't seen the same type of dynamics. If we go back to the GLD, where it's been more neutral on the short term, where it's kind of been bouncing around, versus intermediate term on the bullish. A lot of these you can take a look at where short interest, it's pretty low. We'll go back to Barrick and take a look at that as well. You've got here short interest very low. So people are not betting against it. So that's not going to help you rip to the upside. But we've talked a little bit also about what's the correlation between gold and the dollar. So let's take a look at that and throw that into the mix today. It's a neutral, but it's heading towards the low end of the range. So you're really seeing gold outperform. And while the dollar has backed off a little bit in terms of its trading range, you can kind of see that here. You're still in that medium terms of the range. It could fall further before it hits the low end of the range. So you're not getting overbought and oversold signals here. There is room for the dollar to keep going down. That's it today for you gold bugs. If you have any questions, just shoot me a note on Twitter or on LinkedIn, and hopefully we'll get your answers.